Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's live webinar that we're doing. I'm really excited for those of you that are with me today, and for those that can't make it to the live recording or the live webinar, thank you so much for watching the recording. I know everybody's got really busy schedules and a lot going on, so I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules to learn about essential oils with us for about the next 35 minutes. So briefly, I just want to start and tell you about doTERRA essential oils and why they're different than any other essential oil on the market. doTERRA oils are certified pure therapeutic grade, and that's the highest grade of essential oils on the market today. So there's a few other grades that you may be familiar with. You have your synthetic grade, and your synthetics are the ones that's going to be used in your cleaners. Stuff that you may be cleaning your kitchen with, or maybe industrial strength cleaners that people are using at hospitals or schools and things like that. You have your food grade, which they're in your food, so they'll flavor your food, like your peppermint candies, your candy canes, and things like that. Then you've got your therapeutic grade. Your therapeutic grade, they're up there on the scale of oils, because they have their therapeutic properties. So maybe they're ones massage therapists use, maybe have some medicinal purposes and things, and they're decent oils. But the best on the market is certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils. And with those oils, you're able to use those internally. So you can put them internally, you can use them topically, and you can use them aromatically. Now, as we go talk about these oils, they're all certified pure therapeutic grade. And when I talk about them, I'll tell you how to use them topically, aromatically, or internally. Now, we want to understand what those mean. So topically, putting it on the skin. So if your head hurts, you can put it right on your head. If your back hurts, you put it right on your back. So that's putting it on topically, right on the problem area that you're having an issue with. Then there is internally, and these oils are really great because they can be taken internally. And a lot of other companies say, don't take them internally. Or if you go look at oils at Walmart or Target, it'll say right on the bottle, not for internal consumption, keep away from children. But it doesn't make sense to me, because you can pick up a bottle of lemon at those stores and it'll say, do not take internally. But we eat lemons. When you go out to eat and you order a water, what do they put in it? A lemon, right? And so why can't we take that lemon oil internally? We should be able to. And the reason is those other companies put synthetics in there. So put chemicals or fake fillers in there that aren't good for our systems. So that's why those other ones you're not supposed to take internally. And doTERRA is straight, pure oil that we can take. And you want to remember, one drop goes a long way. So one drop of lemon in a glass of water is all that's going to take. Or one drop of On Guard is all that's going to take to be able to get those therapeutic properties. Then you could use it aromatically. So aromatically is in the air. You're going to put it in a diffuser, 3 or 4 drops in a diffuser, and it's going to disperse the oil into the air to us be able to breathe in and break it down into small enough particles that it can get into our bloodstream and affect our body in that positive way that we're looking for. So there's a lot of different diffusers on the market, and some people think, well, I can use a humidifier or dehumidifier. Now, the reason you can't use those is because they're not ultrasonic. When you're looking at a diffuser, diffusers have to be ultrasonic diffusers, because that ultrasonic is what breaks down the essential oils into small enough particles for us to be able to breathe in and have those effects on us. So that's a little bit about essential oils and how to use them and why doTERRA is a little bit different. Now let's get into the really fun part. The part that I'm sure all of you came here to listen to, and that is the essential oils themselves. So the first one I want to talk about, the sticker just came off. Sorry. First one I want to talk about is wild orange. If you could see that, let's see, spin that, maybe. Wild orange. I don't know how well you can see that. But wild orange is a happy mood enhancing oil. So if you're feeling down, you're sad, you're just kind of having an off day, wild orange is what you want to use because it's a happy mood enhancing oil. So my middle daughter, right, she is really happy or she's really sad. And when she's really down here, you don't really want to talk to her. You don't really want anything to do with her. Of course, she's your daughter, or she's my daughter, and I absolutely love her, but she's just not pleasant to be around. And so this wild orange is what we use. We'll put 1 or 2 drops right on the palm of her hand. Let's see if I can even get 1 or 2 drops so you can see. 1, 2, right onto the palm of her hand like that. And you can rub it together. So we just put them on topically right there. And then you can smell it. And even though it's not in a diffuser, just smelling that fresh, clean wild orange makes you happy. It is quite a mood enhancer, a mood uplifter. You can stick this in a diffuser, and it's going to brighten that mood as well. So my middle daughter loves this, and she knows when she's feeling down or she's kind of grumpy or she gets to that stage where nobody really wants to be around her because of the way she's feeling, she'll go grab this bottle of wild orange and she'll put it on herself because she knows at 6 years old, she knows the difference of with wild orange and not with wild orange. Now, if a 6-year-old can notice the difference on how wild orange makes her happy and makes her feel, that should tell you something how powerful these essential oils are. So next what I want to talk about is, let's go lavender. So lavender right here is for relaxing, right? Everybody sometimes needs to relax. Most people are very familiar with lavender to have relaxing qualities, right? You can get it in lavender bath salt, lavender soap, when you take a shower at night, and it helps you calm down and go to sleep. Well, lavender essential oil is the calming, relaxing oil. And it calms you down and helps you fall asleep. And I really like it because it helps you feel like you get into that deeper sleep. Well, that light is not in a good spot. There we go. It's a little bit better. So it helps you feel like you get into that deeper sleep. So that way, when you wake up in the morning, you feel a little more refreshed and ready for the day. So the best way I like to use lavender is you can diffuse it in a diffuser in your room at night. Or you can put 2 drops on your back if you're an adult, maybe 1 on a child, and rub that in. And that is going to really help you relax and fall asleep. And it's going to, again, help you get into that deeper sleep. So lavender every night before bed. We keep this right on our end table. Our kids have it in their room. So when they go to bed, they put this right on and they fall asleep easily and quickly. Before using lavender, our kids would be up for, we'd put them to bed. And they would stay restless and awake for 30, 45 minutes. And as a parent, you've got things to do, especially at the end of the day, you kind of got to wrap things up, maybe clean the kitchen. You've got some things you got to take care of before you can go to bed. And so when you're laying in bed or putting your kids to bed for 30 or 45 minutes, you just think, man, I've got so many things to be doing. When you put that lavender on, 15 minutes normally. 15 to 18 minutes and they are out. It's never taken longer than 18 minutes. I've timed it. So they're out really quickly. So lavender, another one you definitely want to use. Next, I want to talk about peppermint. Ooh, peppermint. You can see this right here. Peppermint right there. Peppermint has a lot of cooling effect on the body. So if you're really hot, it's a hot, warm day, you can use some peppermint, rub it on your back or the bottom of your feet. And what peppermint does, it has a cooling effect on the body. So it's going to help cool you down. You can put it in a tea. Peppermint is great in hot chocolate. The one thing to remember about peppermint is 1 drop of peppermint oil equals 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it's quite strong, and you're going to want to remember less is more. Oh, let's go with, let's do, all my oils are out of order than I normally do because my kids got into them, and so I've got to try and remember which one's next. We're going to do Breathe next. Breathe right here. Breathe right here is a blend of oil. So what doTERRA did is they got all of the oils that are really good for the respiratory system. They put them all together in one bottle, and it's a blend of oils. And they called it Breathe. And they labeled things so simple that we can remember it. Breathe, okay, breathing, respiratory. So anything respiratory. So you take 1 or 2 drops, rub it on your chest, maybe a little bit under your nose, and take that deep breath. And when you do, you feel like you get that nice deep breath. You can really get oxygen in. Makes a really big difference. You know, and one of the things that we take for granted is our nose. And I know that sounds funny, but let me explain. So we use it every single day, but when it gets stuffy or runny or something happens where it's hard to breathe out of it, man, we just want it to work, right? And because we take it for granted that it works every single day, I feel like. This Breathe, when we have that stuffy or that runny or just congestion or whatever's happening up there, this Breathe helps open that up so we feel like we can get a good deep breath, good air, and we can, you know, get a rest or whatever we need to do throughout the day. A lot of people that I know that are runners or athletes, they put this on their chest before they participate in whatever they're doing, their sport or their marathon or whatever it is, because when they feel like it's on their chest and they're performing, they can get that nice deep breath of air. So let's move on to our next one. We're going to get on to another one of my personal favorites, Balance. Balance is one of my personal favorites. I want to show this here to you. Let's see if I can get that so you can see it. I don't know how well you can see. That's kind of a dark one to read. If I hold it on here where the light's shining, I don't know if you can see that. But Balance, this is one of my personal favorites. I use this every day. This is a grounding blend. So, you know, sometimes we have so much going on in our lives, right? From the moment we wake up to the moment we going to bed, we have so much going on. We have to get up and get ready for work. And at work, you know, we have reports, or we've got things to grade, or, you know, things to fix, or whatever we do for a living. There's so much going on. And then when we get home, we might have to take somebody to soccer practice, somebody to baseball practice. We might have ballet. We might have gymnastics. And so we're running around like crazy. And then, I don't know if you guys have one of these, but the honey-do list, right? I've got one of those. And so trying to do everything throughout the day, you know, I get sidetracked and, you know, I get off task. And I really like this Balance because it helps me feel grounded and stay focused on the tasks that I need to get done throughout the day. So I use it every single day. It has a nice woodsy smell. This is a lot of guys really like this smell. But moms, right? Moms, you have a lot going on. You've got, you know, from the time the kids, they wake up, you got to get them ready for school, whether that's making lunches. And then maybe you've got stuff around the house to do. Maybe you've got errands to run. And then by that time, the kids are coming home and who knows what's going on in the afternoon. You're busy. Everybody's got a lot going on and we get sidetracked. Balance helps you stay grounded and focused on the things that you need to get done. I use this every single day right in the back of my neck. In the morning, it sits right by my bathroom sink on my side of the bathroom, and it's right there for me to put on. And I absolutely love it. Let's see. Balance, really, it's awesome. I love. Also makes a great aftershave for any of the guys watching. Balance with a little bit of fractionated coconut oil spreads really nicely. So Balance is a grounding, focusing, help you get things done blend. Let's talk lemon. Lemon, I held up this bottle earlier, right there. That's a nice, easy one to see with the with the camera. Lemon is a detoxifier. It's a cleanser. So if you've got anything to clean in your house from counters, you can use it to clean your household, just around the house, the bathroom. It's a great degreaser. Sometimes if I'm working out in the garage or working on a different project, or something breaks, I'm trying to pretend I know how to fix a car. I get grease all over my hands, and then I got to come in and cook dinner, or got to help with the kids, and I just regular water and soap doesn't really take it off, but lemon takes it off real easy as a degreaser. If you got any sticky stuff on your floors, one of my kids loves the Slim and Sassy gum. I talked a little earlier about Slim and Sassy, but they have a gum, and she tried to put it in the trash can, but it just didn't make it and stuck to the floor. Our new floors, we just got put in probably in January, right? And so, of course, nobody else picks it up, and you don't always check around the trash. So it was stuck there, and it was not coming up. But a few drops of lemon oil on it, and it scrapes right up with like one of those pot scrapers, for cast iron or something. No problem. So it's really good for that. But let's talk about how to use it on us. So one of the best ways to use this is internally. I love to put a drop of lemon in my water. It has a clean, refreshing taste. And it's a gentle, heavy metal cleanse. So heavy metals we get in our system, we can't help it, right? From processed foods to, we can get it just from breathing the air. If you live in a very smog-filled area, I live just outside of Atlanta. You can't even see the stars at night, right? Because there's so much smog in the air. So we breathe that in. We get runoff in our water from it. It just happens naturally. There's nothing we can do to keep it out. But once it's in our system, we can help flush it out in a very, very gentle way. And one drop of lemon internally in your water, taken internally, can really help flush things out like that. So lemon is really good. And honestly, for a long time, I did not like lemon in my water. It was one of my least favorite things. But a friend of mine who uses oil said, Joe, you got to try this. It's really good. And I've tried it before, but I thought, nah, I did it once. I didn't like it. And so they challenged me to try it for 1 week, and I did. Every time I drank water, I put a drop of lemon in there, and now it's just normal. My kids ask for it in their water. It's clean, refreshing. If you've been outside after a hard day of yard work or something, I've been doing a lot of yard work recently. Thank you, HOA, if you're watching this. Been doing yard work for you, right? And so I come in and I'm hot and I'm sweaty and I feel like I'm dying of thirst. And some lemon in my water is really refreshing. It tastes really good. And then again, it's that gentle cleanse. So we're going to go with a few more blends that I want to talk about. Let's see. Put these in order real quick that I want to use these. Actually, let's talk about one more single oil, and then we're going to talk about some blends. The last single oil I want to talk about is frankincense. I don't know how well you can see that. That's going to kind of hard to see me if I cover the back. I don't know. But there's frankincense. It's hard to see. So frankincense, we have a saying at our house. When in doubt, use frankincense, right? Because frankincense is great for pain, inflammation. It's great for the real brain, because frankincense can pass our blood-brain barrier and get into the brain and help things in your brain. I know people that have lots of different things that they suffer from, and to keep it compliant, frankincense is what they use. If you want more information on those, message me privately, and I can talk to you about how people have used this that have different issues. But from people that have strokes, I know frankincense has really helped them in their recovery. Again, pain, inflammation. I take this every day after I brush my teeth, drop a drop right underneath my tongue. And it just feels like it gives me a little bit more energy throughout the day. Scrapes, bruises, burns. We've got a fire pit the other day with s'mores. Touched a hot roaster, got a little got a little burn on my finger. Frankincense I used for it. I could use a few others, lavender and peppermint, but frankincense was the first one I grabbed. Frankincense in ancient times was considered to be the internal medicine of the day. It's a very prized oil because it can do so many things. And I will tell you that that this bottle of frankincense here, in my opinion, is kind of the Swiss Army knife of essential oils, right? You got that little Swiss Army knife that you carry on your keychain, and it's got scissors and a toothpick and tweezers and a knife and nail file, and you can use it as a screwdriver. You can do all kinds of stuff with that little Swiss Army knife. You can be MacGyver with it, right? In my opinion, now that's what frankincense is. Frankincense is kind of like the Swiss Army knife of essential oils. It can do so much. It's hard just to pick out exactly what it's good for because it's good for so many things. Okay, I want to get to some blends now. Let's go in this order. Aroma Touch is the blend I want to talk about. So I talked a little bit about blends earlier. So what doTERRA did is this is the massage blend. I don't know if you can see that right there. It says right underneath the name, massage blend. So what doTERRA did is any oil that was really good for circulation and massage, they put it into one bottle and they labeled it Aroma Touch. So any circulation issue you're having, or if you're going to go work out maybe for the first time in a long time, or you work out regularly, it doesn't really matter. Help get that circulation going so you don't get that soreness or those knots built up. Aroma Touch is really good. Oh, excuse me. Aroma Touch is really good as a preventative thing before you go do that. Maybe if it's leg day, you're putting it all over your legs. Maybe if you're going to go run a marathon, you're putting it on your feet, your knees, your joints. That's going to have high impact. If you're playing basketball, maybe you just want to take a bath in it. Who knows? Because it's kind of an all-body sport. But Aroma Touch, pre-workout and circulation. We're going to go next with another one of my personal favorites is Digest Zen. Digest Zen is a blend, again, any digestive issue. From constipation to diarrhea, it can handle that. You can take it internally or topically. So 1 or 2 drops right on your stomach, rub it in, give it about, 3 to 5 minutes, and you'll feel its effects. It works that quickly. You can put 1 or 2 drops in a little shot glass of water and take it down, and it works just as effectively that way. Any stomach issue. So my favorite food is Chinese food. Absolutely love Chinese food. I don't get it very often. So, but when I do, man, I just go to town. I absolutely love Chinese food. And so afterwards, I'm needing Digest Zen because I feel so weighed down and so heavy that I just want to sit and not move. And so Digest Zen really helps take care of that. And it's not often as parents we have the time availability to just sit down and not move, right? We've always got stuff happening. So Digest Zen, I'm always using for that. So about maybe 2.5 weeks ago, maybe 3 now, my wife was out of town, right? And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to preface this by saying I have no idea when the last time any of my kids were sick. Because we use these oils preventatively every single day, they're getting these oils on them. I'm getting these oils on. My wife's getting these oils on. I cannot remember the last time my kids were sick. Well, maybe 3 weeks ago now, my wife was gone. She went to a training in Utah, and I was home here in Georgia with the kids. No big deal. I'm home with the kids all the time. We dropped off at the airport, having a great time, stopped at Costco on the way back home, stopped to pick the kids up. My oldest 2 from their homeschooling group, right? So we pick them up from their homeschooling group, get everybody seatbelted in, close the van door, start the van up, and then I hear it. My youngest throws up for the first time, and I don't know how long. My kids just don't throw up. I've been lucky that way. She threw up in the van, all on her shirt, her pants, all over the seatbelt, all over the floor. She got it on the ceiling of the minivan. I have no idea how projecting something downward goes upward, but it did. So, get her out, clean her up. We had an extra jacket in the car, and so we're taking her clothes off her and putting her on jackets and blankets just to keep her warm till we get home, and clean up the best I can. We're going home with the windows down because it did not smell good, right? I put Digest Zen on her afterwards when she was getting cleaned up. She got home, she took a bath, cleaned up, and she felt great. She was running around in the house playing. I wouldn't let her go outside or play with friends, but she was running around playing. She felt perfectly fine, right? Now, most of the time, from what I understand, when kids throw up, they don't feel good, they throw up later, they don't feel good, they throw up later. She didn't, because of this Digest Zen right here. Now, the next day, she didn't feel good. She did throw up again. The next day, I put it on, didn't throw up all day for 2 days. The whole time my wife was gone, she was sick. Well, she was sick on and off. It was like magic. As soon as my wife gets home, she's perfectly healthy. No more throw-ups. I don't know how that works. But it's one of those things where I don't want to experience what it would be like to have my kids sick and throwing up and not have these oils. Because as a parent, you want to comfort them. You want to be there for them. You want to help them feel better. And when you can't do that, you feel helpless, right? I mean, for those of you that have kids, you know what I'm talking about. And so this Digest Zen is a lifesaver. And I could share hundreds of stories of how Digest Zen has helped us, from when we're on vacations to road trips, or eat food that doesn't agree well with us, right? Digest Zen really needs to be in every single home because it is such a powerful and amazing oil. We keep a bottle in our car, in our truck, in my wife's purse. I normally have one in my pocket, on longer trips, but we have one in our car. We keep one downstairs by our sink, so by our table. We keep one in our oil kits. We probably have 10 Digest Zen open in our house because we use them all over the place. Digest Zen really is one everybody needs. Now I'm going to talk about another blend called On Guard. I don't know if you can see that. On Guard is one that really has helped me a lot. On Guard, again, is a blend. So they took all the oils best for the immune system, the protective blend, put it together, and made a blend for your immune system. So this is one we use every single day, and you're going to want to use it every day because it's most effective when it's helping prevent, when it's strengthening your immune system. If you don't use it until you get sick, you're going to have to use it a whole lot more and a lot more often, and you're going to feel miserable because you're sick, right? And your kids, they're going to be miserable because they're sick. But if you use it every single day as a preventative, and you use it as a, on you and your kids on the bottom of your feet, one drop takes 2 minutes, if that long, right? You're going to be a whole lot happier, and it's going to help strengthen that immune system to help prevent getting sick. Because once you get sick, it's miserable. Nobody wants to be sick. I'm a guy, and I've had the man cold, right? I've felt it years ago, and I don't want it again. That man cold is a real thing. So, On Guard. So one of the great things I love about On Guard I'd like to share with you is when I was, before I got into essential oils, before I met Stretch and his wife Sherry, I lived in Utah. And I was a public school teacher. I taught 6th grade. Now, if any of you have been around 6th graders, they're still learning proper hygiene habits. So they're still learning washing your hands after the bathroom, washing your hands after you sneeze in it, and you got a bunch of, boogers in your hand, right? They're still learning proper hygiene. And so in a school system, think about how much that spreads. One kid is sick. One kid doesn't feel well, sneezes or coughs in their hand, touches the doorknob to go out to get a drink, and then touches the water fountain. Now, how many other kids touch that doorknob and that water fountain throughout the day? Same thing with pencils and papers and dry erase markers on the board and notebooks and backpacks and even high fives out on the playground. The playground itself. Schools really are cesspits of germs. And so as a first-year teacher, in most school districts, they give you a first-year teacher an extra 5 days off of sick time. So as your body's adjusting to the new environment, you got an extra 5 days off for being sick because your body's got to adjust, right? And every single veteran teacher told me when I came to the school, you're going to need those days. You're going to get so sick, sicker than you've ever been in your life. It's going to be miserable. You're not going to be able to get out of bed. You're going to be sick for all 5 days in a row, and you'll understand why you have those days. So it kind of scared me a little bit because I don't want to go through that, right? I'm a guy. Guys can't handle colds very well. So I used On Guard every single day in the bottom of my feet. I did not miss a day. Every day of the week, even Saturdays and Sundays when I wasn't at school. And I never took a day off from school for being sick. Because of that On Guard, I really feel like it helped so much strengthen and help my immune system be able to fight off any of those things that I may have caught. Now, there was two times where I'd wake up and I'd have a little tickle in my throat. You know, we kind of get those even now. So I take On Guard. I've already used it on topically on the bottom of my feet. Now I'm going to take it internally. 1 drop straight in the back of my throat. It gets in there and it tingles a little bit. And I'll tell you, it's very, very uncomfortable for about 15 to 20 seconds. After that, it's good. You don't even know. Your throat doesn't tingle. You're good to go the rest of the day. So if you get to that point, drop it straight down there. Works amazingly well. So On Guard, you got to use it every day. Last one I want to talk about is Deep Blue. Deep Blue is a blend, and this is for muscles. It's a soothing blend. It's for muscles, soreness. So, you know, if you're doing a lot of yard work, again, thanks HOA, lots of yard work, and you're sore the next day, or you're playing basketball and you haven't played for a long time, or maybe you've got, you're hitting the gym harder than you have before and you're sore afterward, maybe you forgot to use that Aroma Touch, Deep Blue is what you want. Put it right on those sore muscles. Maybe you get a knot, you sleep wrong, get a knot in your shoulder and the neck, you know, and you kind of have to turn like this because you really can't turn your neck, right? Deep Blue, 1 or 2 drops, rub that right in. If it doesn't go deep enough, here's a little trick. If you feel like, oh, I just gotta, just not quite taking that edge off, put peppermint right on top of it. Peppermint is a driver. It opens up your pores really wide, drives the other oils in deeper. So if you use Deep Blue and you think, oh, this works pretty good, but the next time you think, oh man, just not cutting it. I just need it to penetrate just a little deeper into the muscle. Go use peppermint on top of it, and it'll drive that in. So Deep Blue, soothing for the muscles. It's a soothing oil, so muscles, aches and pains, this is what you want to use, Deep Blue. So those are the basic oils that I wanted to share with you today. There's a few more that I've covered in the live videos that we posted on the event page, so go check those out, right? But before we go, I do want to point something out to you. So this bottle is 5 ml. And this bottle is 15 ml. Let's see if I can turn that around. So 15 ml. So there's quite a size difference between these two, right? The 5 ml is about 90 drops. So 90 drops in the 5 ml. The 15 ml has about 250. Now, if you're using 1 or 2 drops at a time, you're going to get a lot more uses out of this 15 ml than this 5 ml. So I just want you to be aware of that as we look at the different kit options. So what doTERRA did is they put all the most popular oils together in a kit, in a starter kit, right? And so there's a couple of different options available. The most popular one that I'm going to talk to you or start with is the, oh man, they just changed the name. It was the Family Physician Kit. I can't think of the name right off the top of my head. But it is 10 oils, and they come in 5 ml bottles like this. And that is $150. Or you can get the next most popular kit, which is right about $250, and you get them in 15 ml bottles. So you get 3 times the amount of oil. And it's going to last you so much longer. And it also comes with a diffuser that we talked about earlier, because you can diffuse all of these. And really the best thing to do that I would suggest is contact the person that invited you to this webinar. So whoever that was, message them, let them know you watched it, and ask any questions, ask about the starter packs, and find one that works for you. Now, maybe you don't need a starter pack, you just want to try 1 or 2 oils, right? Contact the person who invited you, because they can help you get those 1 or 2 oils so that you can try. The way it works is doTERRA is just like Sam's Club or Costco. You get a membership, a wholesale membership, and then you get all the oils at a deep discount. You can buy as little as you want or as much as you want. So again, talk to the person who invited you. That's the most effective thing to do. If you can't get a hold of them, definitely message me. I can answer all your questions, and I can get in touch with the person who's invited you and make sure that you guys connect, they answer your questions, make sure they get all the credit for inviting you to the webinar, and get the credit for when you sign up. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call, text, or email, or message us here on Facebook. My email is ashleyjoebell@gmail.com, ASHLEYJOEBELL@gmail.com. So message us there, or send us an email there, message us on Facebook, and message the person that invited you tonight. So thank you so much for joining us, and have a great night.